By the power of Grayskull, we have the power! Hey everybody, Critic Creature and Trex back with another review video, and I am so sorry we are late on this one. But trust me when I tell you this, we've been busy with a lot of things. I'm not going to go into much detail, but I've been trying to work on a review for it, and I've been trying to work on my story as well. Writer's block. Well, there's something. Well, as you know, today we are doing the Season 3 review of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. The reboot version of it. And let me tell you, my dad and I loved this one. It left us with quite the cliffhanger in the last season. Like, considering we saw the snake zombies, and we also see the reason why King Grayskull used and created Havoc energy. It was to defeat Hiss, but yeah. And we also saw that Skeletor became Castle Grayskull's ghost without Eldris. And we also saw Eldris. And we also learned some new things. Like, we also saw Merman. And let me tell you something, he was not a pleasant guy to get along with. And he's gone. Forever. Now. After getting squashed by a giant snake zombie. And these snake zombies are like, ooh! I thought regular human zombies were bad. About Crass? Oh yeah. Crass as Rampage. Ram-Mam! Oh, Ram-Mam. But will she become a master of the universe again? And is Skeletor really gonna bring Crass's parents back from the dead? We know that villains never keep their word. Yeah, Skeletor is no different. I mean, come on. He's a human skeleton. Yeah, I know. It's like the worst. And we also learned, like, at first, when I thought about Eldris and Teela, the connection they have, I actually thought Eldris was like Teela's mother. But it's a lot more difficult than that. Yeah, it turns out Teela is actually Eldris reincarnated. Who would have thought? And we also find out that Skeletor wouldn't become a ghost for long. He was planning on using King Grayskull's remains to revive himself and create Skeledrones. Like hypnotized beings. And that's what he was going to do for Crass. Bring her parents back as like Skeledrones, which was the worst. I knew it. He wouldn't bring them back like he said. And there was also a bad thing. He-Man, he actually used Havoc energy. He was like supercharged, but he couldn't use his sword, but it made him like crazy. He almost didn't come back. It was all thanks to his friends and Orko. Orko is no longer just a crazy robot. He's still a crazy robot. Yeah. But he's also a crazy robot with magic. Yep. He-Man had to... There was a lot of stuff that happened. Skeletor now has the power of both Grayskull and Havoc energy. It's like... Boom! It's like a lot. It made him, with both kinds of energy, Havoc and Grayskull energy, he became a giant kaiju-sized monster. He was planning on reshaping the universe in his own image. He had both the sword and the scepter. And do you know what happened? How could they fight without their powers? It turns out they already had that power of Grayskull inside of them. And all 6 of them. Yeah? He-Man, Ram-Man, Man-at-Arms, Battle-Cat, Sorceress. All of them. The Masters of the Universe were back together again, and the final battle for Eternia began. They defeated Skeletor. It was one of the most epic fights ever. Yeah. And in order to defeat Skeletor, well, they did cut off... Adam did cut off his skeleton arm, but the best part of this, Adam brought him back to being just former Prince Keldor. He's human with both arms as human. But I don't think Skeletor's the only bad thing that came. We also saw from... My dad and I saw at the end of season 3 someone that was very, very bad. Like Skeletor level bad. Who? It was a villain I never thought I would ever see. It was Hordak. From She-Ra? Yep. Hordak has come to Eternia. Which means we may be able to see She-Ra probably in season 4. It may explain some things, like why isn't Adora in anything? Like in the castle paintings, the portraits, anything. And why doesn't anybody remember, especially Adam and his own father? Why don't they remember? I mean, why doesn't anybody remember Adora? She's like the princess of Eternia. I mean, Eternos. That's the name of the kingdom, but the planet is called Eternia. I know where she is. She's probably on Etheria. On the other planet called Etheria. With her friends. Being She-Ra. But I don't know what's going to happen. Everything's back to normal. For the most part. I don't know what's going to happen now. Hordak has come to Eternia. Maybe this is like a whole new thing with He-Man and She-Ra. And I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. Well, this is Critic Creature and Trex telling you to like, subscribe, and comment. Oh, and Don't forget to tell your friends. See ya!